Today we're going to look at WWE Legends Mattel Ultimate Edition Yokazuna. Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at Yokazuna from the Mattel Ultimate Edition WWE Legends line. So Yokazuna, giant guy, great athlete, big man. Probably one of the best big men, I would say, but not one of my favorite big men at all. I really didn't care for the persona. He was just, I don't know, just didn't care for him. Not that I hated him, but when his matches come on, I really was uninterested. It just looked like he could have destroyed anybody he was in the ring with, but somehow Bret Hart got the sharpshooter on him. But, you know, it is what it is. He's a great athlete, and I appreciate his time in WWE, and he's absolutely a Hall of Famer and a WWE legend, but just not my favorite guy, and that's okay. We all can't love everybody, but I do appreciate him. Checking out the window box here. Look at that. Pretty good. They're showing everything. It's showing our, look, we get our belt. So I'm imagining that's probably from WrestleMania 9 when he won the belt from, took the belt away from Bret Hart. That was another thing. I think that might have put me off, having back-to-back main events at WrestleMania 9 and WrestleMania 10 being Bret Hart against Yokazuna. I didn't like the way that went. I mean, that's 2 years of that rivalry. Ugh, I was kind of over it. So maybe that was it. They should have put him in another feud. And I mean, fine, keep the belt for 2 years, but don't fight Bret Hart twice. But anyways, we'll get more into that as we go. Yeah, big Yokazuna up there. WWE Ultimate down here. On the bottom it says Ultimate Articulation for Authentic Posability. Mattel right here. On this side you got Yokazuna. On that side you have a picture of Yokazuna. Actual photograph of the man. Very big man. Kind of got some cartoony effects around it. I don't know if I like that or not. And on the back you get a photograph of the actual Yokazuna, and you get his picture of his figure there with his robe on. You do have the WWE Legends logo right there to let you know this is a Legend series, and it's also right there. And on the back it does say height 6'4" or 1.93 meters. And Polynesian Islands is where he's from. Finisher, the Bonsai Drop, and career highlight, WWE Champion. And I will read the blurb here. It says, of all the superstars to hold the WWE Championship, few were as unstoppable as the near 600-pound Yokazuna. As agile as he was massive, Yokazuna flattened opponents with the dreaded Bonsai Drop. If his size couldn't secure victory, a handful of salt to the face worked just as well. And of course, his manager was one of the great managers of all time. I would actually put his manager above himself, which was Mr.Fuji. Great wrestler back in his day. And of course, a Hall of Fame manager. Loved Mr. Fuji. And he would take that salt and throw it right in your face, just like he did Bret Hart at WrestleMania 9. And it also says empowering the next generation through play down here on that little Mattel sign. So bottom, warning copyrights, labels, trademarks. But yeah, Yokazuna, like I mentioned, not my favorite, but really appreciate what he did. So let's get him out of the package. We're going to have a lot of tape here. So this is, I believe, the clamshell opening. I'm hoping. Cut that tape, and is that all the tape we need to cut? Let's see. Oh, we do have one on the bottom. Missed this one. There we go. And I hope it is that clamshell, and it is. That clamshell opening. I really, really like that. I really like that on that. I don't care for the red and white boxes, but I do like the way that the box opens. So we'll pull the whole plastic thing out of here. And on the inside of that, not sure if you can see it, but a little faint crowd down there. Nothing much to see, but it's better than just nothing at all. Alright, and we'll set that box to the side. And here he is. Looking good. 6'4" it says. And he comes with 3 heads, 1 on and 2 extras, the belt, 2 different sets of hands, and the salt bucket. So we are definitely going to have to get a Mr.Fuji figure to put with our Yokazuna. So we got the salt bucket. We've got, let's see, I am going to need some scissors to cut his hands out. One. Each hand is, his fists are not tied in, so it just is splayed out open hands. I guess I got right and left open hands. And we have a right and left fists. So that's good. And we get his entrance robe. Black and white. Ties are big tie around here. So big, huge entrance robe there. That's well stitched. Good job. It's got some Japanese writing on there. The checkered black and white, just like he wore. Next, we have the belt. We have the Winged Eagle Championship belt. Beautiful belt. One of the great belts of all time. Probably the greatest belt of all time. Really good. I just do not like the way these clasp together in the back. Just don't like it. I mean, that went together easy, but I really doubt if he's going to be wearing that belt. He's just too big of a man to wear that belt. So we get the Winged Eagle belt, championship, WWF championship belt, and here's our 2 extra heads. So we got a bonsai head. Got the ponytail up, so he's giving a big holler there. And then we got just a disgusted look. Ponytail still up. Yeah, he looks really mad. Just disgusted. Closed mouth. And now, let's get him out. Yokazuna. Big man. Oh, we're tied in at the wrist. Tied in at the wrist, and that's it. Kind of hard to get to. Kind of hard to get to these ties sometimes. But I appreciate that they do tie them in. There you go. Get all these ties. Slide them to the side, and here he is, really massive. Oh my gosh, this is actually a nice figure. The figure I think I like better than the actual wrestler. This is very good likeness. Let's go through articulation real quick. We got up, we got down, side to side slightly, up, down. Head not all the way around. Of course, that head's going to be removable, as we do have the 2 extra heads. We have the butterfly shoulders, double butterfly as I call them. So really good there. Shoulders do go all the way around. Upper arm goes all the way around as well. Double jointed pinless elbows. A lot of mobility there. We have ab crunch, pretty good ab crunch too for a big guy. We got a, let's see, the waist, there is no waist cuts, but that ab crunch can go all the way around. So no waist movement, I don't think. If it is, I'm not getting it to move under his sash right here. Let's see, we have splits. Oh, he does have pretty good splits for a big man, and no straddles. That big old rear end, but his leg does come up. Let's see. It don't really come up at all. It will. Yeah, there it is. Comes up slightly. We do have an upper thigh cut all the way around there. That's good. We got double jointed pinned. You can see the pins there. We do have an upper boot cut, even though he don't have boots on. So that's good. I think I did have one figure that he didn't have boots on, and they didn't give him. Was he an ultimate? I think he was an ultimate figure too. I can't remember who it was. I think he had tennis shoes on, and they took away that upper leg cut. So this does have it. We got toe articulation. Don't know if we really need that toe articulation. I could go without it. And we got the awful Mattel ankles. Gosh. But, of course, the big man can pirouette. Good ankle articulation. It's just ugly. It's a very, very ugly ankle. God. You can see that. I just hate these ankles. Yeah, and the toe articulation, I don't know if we need that. But we got it. And look at this. He does have drop down hips. Look at this. I did not notice that. But he has drop down hips. So that's good. That gets you a lot more mobility. So now let's talk about Yokazuna here for a minute. Face sculpt is, almost looks just like the other one. Yeah, I don't know why we got side by side. Those look almost exactly the same. Hair's the same. Yeah, the bun's slightly different, but I think this has got a little more of a scowl on him, but I don't know. I'd rather just seen a regular open mouth maybe there or something. Not a lot of difference at all. So I think we could have got something extra. I mean, don't make these two heads. They're just almost exactly the same. But anyways, of course, no shirt. He has the big belt on the sash. Look at the rear end on that guy. Oh my God. So that looks actually just like that Yokozuna's big old butt right there. And then the red tights and the black tape around the ankles like he had. No elbow pads, no knee pads. Just like Yokozuna, but pretty good figure. I mean, this is actually pretty good. I appreciate this. I think I like it better than actual Yokazuna, if you can believe that. And I failed to mention he does have gripping hands on this, so you can take the gripping hand off and put a open hand on there. You can give it his slaps. Yep, big slap by Yokozuna. And I don't know if this guy's going to get into that robe. Not sure. Here is his salt bucket, which I cannot get in his hand. There we go. Got his salt bucket there. Mr. Fuji can hold on to that while he's wrestling Bret Hart and throw salt in his face and get the win. So the belts, here is the belt, and of course that, I mean, it barely goes halfway. It goes a little over, maybe, I don't even know if it goes over halfway. There, stops right there. So he's a guy that's going to have to carry his belt up on his shoulder, like so. Yeah. And what else do we have? Let's try to get this gigantic man in this little robe. Is he going to be like too big for this? Well, his splayed out ham went through. That went through. I'm sure it's going to fit. Why would they give us one that don't fit? So yeah, there you go. Yokazuna in his robe. Man, that looks good. That actually looks really, really good. I would take away that extra head and get rid of that toe articulation. And I mean, we got a great figure right here. So WrestleMania 9 and WrestleMania 10, and in WrestleMania 10, he had to fight 2 matches, if you remember. He had to fight Lex Luger and Bret Hart. So he fought both guys because at the Royal Rumble, if you win the Royal Rumble, you obviously get the main event at WrestleMania. So they eliminated each other at the same time, Bret Hart and Lex Luger. So they both, Jack Tunney come out and said they both get a title shot. Well, in that case, if Yokozuna's got to fight twice, then they both had to fight twice. And who did Lex Luger fight? I cannot remember his first fight. And I do know Bret Hart fought his brother Owen Hart. And then, of course, Lex Luger fought somebody, and then he fought Yokozuna. Yokozuna defended his title, kept his belt. Bret Hart, I think Owen Hart beat Bret Hart, I want to say. And then that was the brother against brother match. And then Bret Hart got to face Yokozuna and actually beat Yokozuna to get his belt back. I think that's how it went. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments and tell me what really happened. But I think that's what happened. But yeah, Yokazuna, WWE Ultimate Legends Series. Until next time, oh yeah.